Okay, air. On the air is light on now. 9:30 a.m. Everybody ready?
You betcha.
Okay. This is the September regular open meeting of the third Laguna Hills Mutual Board of Directors, a California nonprofit mutual benefit corporation. Today is Tuesday, September 16, 2025, 9:30 a.m. We are in Laguna Woods Community Village Center. The purpose of this meeting is to conduct the regular third mutual board meeting in accordance with Civil Code 4930 and was hereby noticed in accordance with Civil Code 4920. I'd like to call this meeting to order since we have a quorum. Second, our permanent pledge of allegiance, Director Parsons, would you please initiate?
Would you please turn off your cell phones?
I did already.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, for
and
which
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, third item, approval of agenda. Any changes would you like to make or no? Any motion to? So moved. Okay. Robert move and Peggy second. Any question? If we don't have any question, I assume we're all unanimous. By the way, Howard, I assume, is on Zoom, right? And then Reza had some medical appointment, and also Ruth Johnson. So we have three directors at this moment is missing. Approval of minutes. A. August 18, special open 2026 business plan review version 3. B. August 19, 2025 regular open meeting. C. September 5th, 2025 agenda prep meeting. Any motion? So moved. Robert move and Craig second. Any changes to be made or any correction? No. I don't hear anything, so we are unanimous approval of minutes. 5, chair remarks. Hello. Third mutual residence. Today, I'd like to report the third mutual current status. We are in the midst of 2025 annual election. This year, 2025 ballots are due back by September 25th, 2025. There are a total 7 candidates for 4 vacancies. Among the 7 candidates, you can select 4 candidates and return your ballot by 11 a.m. to the election inspector's office or by 5 p.m. at the community center ballot box. If you have any further questions regarding the election, please contact UNILECT, UNILECT, and the phone number is 866-466-6455. Number 2, 2026 budget. I would like to make my comment regarding 2026 budget when it comes to discussion, the item 11B-C of today's open meeting agenda. 4, Ting Fiber. Current status of this project is on track as planned for 2026 and 2027. Also, small sample trial run of the Ting Internet and the TV connection were very successful so far. I would like to update this project milestone as it becomes available. 5, Unity Festival. Not many days left for ticket sales. Please buy ticket as soon as you can. The Unity Festival Unity Festival ticket are available at Clubhouse 2. The festival is scheduled on Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, from 4:30 p.m. through 7:30 p.m. at Clubhouse 2. Ticket price is $20, including food and live entertainment. 6, AB 130. Today is the open board meeting. Board of Directors will discuss and approve new policy that reflect AB 130. Agenda item, unfinished item 10, A, B, C, D. 7, Fire Zone 0. Currently, our landscape staff are reviewing several options to address the state and the fire department requirement. That's all my comment, and thank you for listening. Now, item 5, open forum. Prior to open forum members' comments, I would like to remind everyone that any open forum speakers are limited for 3 minutes per speaker. At this time, members only may address the Board of Directors regarding items not on the agenda and within the jurisdiction of this Board of Directors. The third board reserves the right to limit the total time allotted for open forum to 30 minutes. A member may speak only once during the forum. A speaker may not yield their time to other members. No audio, video, recording by attendees, and no rude or threatening comments are allowed. Members can attend our meeting by joining Zoom link, https Zoom US J 948-998-06730, or call 669-900-6833, or email meeting@vmsinc.org to have your message read during the open forum. That's our message to members' comments. Michaela, do we have any comments?
Yes, we have one in-person member, and then we have 3 that emailed in that I'll read after. So the first in-person is Carmen Pacella.
Okay.
Good morning. Thanks to all the volunteers for the boards. I know you guys work hard at it. I'm here on behalf of the Laguna Woods History Center. And so its origins and mission, founded in 1977, it is a 5013C public corporation, and they are here to convey and preserve the history of Laguna Woods Village, the city of Laguna Woods, and the surrounding Orange County area. It's located in a facility that's next to the library, and that building is a climate-controlled archive within the History Center. It is run by volunteers. Dean and Gail Dixon do an excellent job there, and the whole staff is all volunteer. This is all no cost to the village. They operate on funds that are donated by other individuals. Its mission is to preserve today for tomorrow, and reflects its role as a public service dedicated to maintaining and sharing the community history for future generations. If you haven't been there, you need to go and get a tour and look at the archive. 5 years ago, a little over 5 years ago, I visited there, and I got to see the climate-controlled environment where they keep all of the materials. And it was near and dear to my heart because in my business life for 20 years, in the business of marketing archival products. So everything they have in their facility is all archival, acid-free, lignin-free materials. How I got involved in that was my business, the majority of my customers were high-end fine art photographers and artists. And the main customers, clients, were Ansel Adams and Brett Weston, Bruce Farnbaum, and so forth, and the Ansel Adams Museum in San Francisco, and the Carmel Center of Photography in Carmel. The interesting thing about the History Center is their objective is to collect, conserve, and convey. And they do an excellent job at that, and I highly recommend visiting there and getting a little tour. And if they're not open there, they have a telephone number you can call and get a private appointment. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I'll go ahead and read the following member comments. The first one is from Chris Collins. She stated, bringing a friend, make a friend, 2025 Good Neighbor Projects. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is proud to announce that 10 clubs have been selected to host special Good Neighbor programs this coming September in honor of National Good Neighbor Day. Given the success of last year's first Good Neighbor Project, the foundation decided to repeat the effort to strengthen the sense of community in the village. A sense of community develops in different ways, but the surest way is social interaction. For example, sharing experiences, making connections, discussing issues, solving problems. The effects of the disruption and isolation caused by the pandemic still linger, and social interaction needs to be strengthened, particularly as we age. The 10 club projects selected are all different audiences, activities, and purposes. To illustrate, one involves bread baking, one is targeted to game players, one is focused on golf to build community ties, one is sing-along with ice cream, while one appeals to cat lovers and another creates pet portraits. Specially designed bequest funds are providing the project seed money. All the activities will take place this September to celebrate National Good Neighbor Day on September 28th. The hope is that everyone will find an activity or activities that suit them. Bring a friend, make a friend, let's be a community. Find the activity or activities this September that appeal to you and mark your calendars to join the following, which are listed in alphabetical order. Further details will be coming in the weeks ahead, but please feel free to contact the clubs involved for additional information. There's the African American Club that will host an International Game Day on Tuesday, September 23rd from 11 to 2 in Clubhouse 2. Camera Club will be hosting resident and pet portraits for 12 sessions at 3 locations and also at individual manors. Castle Music Social Club will host an outdoor picnic beginning the afternoon of September 20th, followed by a concert featuring the Castle Pop Jazz Band. Cat Club will sponsor a feline Positivity Week beginning on September 28th to reach out to non-club cat owners facing difficulties arranging veterinary care or transportation to the vet. Chinese American Club will hold the Senior Citizens Festival for club members at least 88 years of age on September 17th in Clubhouse 7 at 10 a.m. Community Bridge Builders will host a sing-along featuring old favorites with ice cream on Thursday, September 4th at 4 p.m. Fit Brain Club invites everyone to play a trivia game based on the UCI 90-plus study co-authored by guest speaker Dana Greenia on Thursday, September 25th at 11 a.m. in Clubhouse 5. Men's 9-Hole Club will host a program on the aging golfer and wellness. Date and time to be announced. Springbox Club is hosting an annual Breaking Bread event where you will learn to form a variety of fancy bread rolls on Friday, September 19th at 11 a.m. in Clubhouse 3. And Bahi Club will be hosting a dinner program entitled Superheroes in Our Lives on Tuesday, September 9th at 6:30 p.m. in Clubhouse 3. You can contact the foundation at 949-268-2246 or foundationlwv@gmail.com. Please note this is a new email address about any of these Good Neighbor projects. For more information about the foundation, please go to foundationoflagunawoodsvillage.org. And that was from Chris Collins. The next one is from Brian May. May stated, good morning, board. The members approach management regarding various issues and only get the board involved if management fails to respond. I emailed VMS on August 11th and September 2nd asking for a copy of the management contract between VMS and Third Mutual, and I asked whether common area inspections are being done. VMS would not reply, and so I must approach the board for your help. All HOAs do periodic common area inspections, except apparently Laguna Woods Village. Other members have also asked VMS for a copy of their contract with the HOA and asked if they do common area inspections, but requests for information has been ignored or declined. Common area inspections look for violations, condition of the physical assets, including conditions that jeopardize safety. These include clutter, lighting, landscaping, sidewalks, stairs, wood rot, termites, janitorial paint, and anything obvious to management professionals they walk each cul-de-sac. Management at well-run HOAs always inspect common area on a periodic basis. The law requires regular inspections. Results of these inspections are an important transparent part of the HOA metrics for board review. Management that takes pride will want to inspect common area and know its condition. Members such as the woman who wrote a letter to the Globe last week insist that common area inspections must be done. How can this HOA perform without inspections? Unfortunately, VMS waits for the members to report deficiencies before taking action. Members are not qualified to do common area inspections. We are not HOA management professionals. It's not our job and we don't get paid for it. We pay dues for management services, which should include these inspections. Lack of inspections has led to a rundown and blighted look in the community and hurt property values. A proper management contract between management and HOA always includes inspections. Laguna Woods HOA can become a fine example of an HOA with beautiful common area and where management and the members and their board work well together. Board, please direct VMS to conduct common area inspections to make the management contract available to members on request and to respect members by responding to their emails on this or any other topics. That is from
Thank you.
Mr. May. And then final one is from Diane Springer. She stated, I'm unable to attend the meeting on September 16th due to a calendar conflict. I had requested that the ficus tree in my front yard be removed as a root was lifting up a section of my driveway, causing a safety hazard. The driveway is lifted up an inch and caused breakage in the cement in both sides of the driveway. The board declined to remove the tree, but agreed to remove the root and repair the driveway. I'm agreeable to this decision as long as landscaping maintains the tree. As I pointed out, the tree has not been pruned since 2022. Besides the safety hazard it now represents, my front, side, and backyard are covered in leaves, and it's been months since they were raked up. I'm out there every day with a leaf blower as the leaves and berries coat my entryway and driveway and track into my garage and home. I offered to pay for the removal of the tree and planting of a new tree in front. The ficus tree in front is within 5 feet of my house, and the one in back is even closer, so they are also a fire hazard. I have attached photos of the tree and driveway for your review. Thank you. And that is all for open forum.
Okay, I believe there's a gentleman wanted to speak. Am I correct?
That's all I've received.
He did not request? No. Okay. Yes. He has to request first. Okay, good. I guess he's not aware of the procedure at all. Okay.
I have a comment.
Yeah, now it's time to respond. Okay. Yes, please, Steve.
Okay, to Carmen. Have all the documents over there been digitized in the Historical Museum? I had heard that they were, so that can really speed up the process.
It's an ongoing process. They're working there every day.
Oh, okay. About what percentage has been digitized? Oh, okay.
You can ask them, you can call them, they'll give you chapter and verse on this.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Thank you. I just wanted to comment that the History Museum was very instrumental in us doing research on our CC&Rs. One of our members of the committee spent a lot of time there, so it is of great value to us. Thank you.
I'd reiterate, the History Center is a phenomenal place. I have visited it. I have learned a lot. I've read some of the history of the village, and the people there have been extremely helpful when you go in. So it's a great asset to the village.
Okay. Any comment? Yes,
Yeah,
Jim?
and I may add that the History Center is not funded by any HOA dues. It's separate and distinct. They do a fine job over there, and I must disclose that I am a trustee on that board. I love it. It also gives you a rich history of this land, not only the background of Laguna Woods, Leisure Hill, or Leisure World, but a rich history of this land, which goes back at least from 16,000 years or more. Okay, and they can give you a bunch of that history over there. So it's an exciting trip, especially if you like history. But history is, what we're about, really, when you think about it. So I would suggest everybody take a trip over there.
Okay, anybody else? Any directors, comments? Yes.
To Mr. May, he had two issues. One was the VMS agreement, the second one was inspection of common area. I assume, Siobhan, you'll speak to the inspection of common area, and I'll then speak to the issue of the contract.
Okay,
We have a number of ways we inspect common area, ranging from compliance to landscaping to security, and so this happens on a regular basis. Thank you.
Yeah, I know that we do full inspections of common area. With regards to the issue of the VMS contract, Mr. May, I'm very sorry, but we do not distribute any contracts that we have that we sign, regardless of whether it's the VMS contract or a contract for roofing or anything else. Those contracts are private. So I'm sorry that we can't accommodate you on that, in that regard.
okay. Yes, Steve?
Yes, in regards to Diane Springer, we had a panel that met with her on her ficus tree. If she would like to continue bringing that forward, I believe that we can schedule an IDR with her to discuss her situation.
Okay. So,
So we do have the member comment.
okay.
If that's okay with the board?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
He did not know the process, so, okay, good.
Okay,
Yes, please.
Peter Kim.
Yes.
Give you brochure and we have
Yeah, I've got it.
We got it. So please speak to the mic, please.
my name is Peter Kim. I'm living in the 401B. I moved to Laguna Woods 10 years ago. I'm very satisfied and Laguna Woods. And this morning I have two problems our building. One is golf cart and carport outlet problem. So, and I met the electrician. I explained many times. He told me we have many golf carts. Also, we have some electric car. Too many multiple using and electric. So very open and the problem. My wife got the cancer most every 2-3 times with a doctor appointment. I have electric car. So last week doesn't working and the power, so it was very difficult. So I'm nearly asked to upgrade power. Electrician told me, and he can do that. Only board member approve, and he can do that. So I'm nearly asked to, and solution this problem. Second thing is our building parking space not enough, and sometimes golf cart and occupy the regular parking space, and not easy. So we have a golf cart space enough, and 4013 and 4014 between, if we can make 7 and 8 golf cart space. And 2 years ago, I nearly and I signature all residents, and we need the golf cart and the space. But board member and the general manager doesn't answer to us. So our residents and very upset. So this morning, I want one more time, I'm up here, and we need and the solution this problem.
Thank you. Yes. Any comments?
I'd like to speak to your letter. And it appears that you've run out of the voltage, is that correct? You don't have enough voltage. for the
Yeah,
car.
voltage is enough, yes. Voltage is too weak. Electrician and all checking and must upgrade. So he can do that, only board member and approve, then he can do that.
And does this take the electricity out of the homes as well?
Home is okay, only for a garage area problem. Outlet, yeah,
Underground.
yeah, outlet problem, yeah.
Okay, so you're suggesting that an outside
Yeah,
golf cart
outside.
area be built
Yes,
that draws from a different electricity panel? Is that what you're suggesting?
Pardon me, 뭐라고?
I will speak in Korean.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. 그러니까 이거를 밖에다가 골프 카트 파킹 스팟을 하면서 그 전기 배선을 해야 되지 할 거냐 이렇게 묻는 거예요.
아니, 그렇게 해주면 좋죠. 예.
That's
Yeah.
what he would like to see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Panels for charge. Yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Anybody else comment?
Yes, there is a member comment on Zoom who we just got their verification of, so I'm pulling them in to the Zoom meeting if they can speak as well really quick.
More
Yeah, just
member
this,
comment?
this last
To
one.
this issue?
No, unrelated to this issue.
I thought we were done.
Okay, well,
Since we allow him to do it, yeah, let's, yes, please.
Okay,
Okay,
Mr.
thank
it's,
you.
His name is Jeff Rode.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry, I'm not aware of the procedures. This is my first meeting. And thank you, board members, for working for the community. I had spent many years on boards. I know how much work it is. I'm actually calling about, I believe I couldn't understand a lot of what was being discussed, but it's this kind of the same topic. In January, I decided to buy an electric car for environmental reasons and blah, blah, blah. And I was very happy to find out that it was possible if you drove very little, you could connect to the system here, you could pay that fee, get a sticker on your electric vehicle, and you could pay the fee. I think it was around $250. For a bunch of months, I had a lot of problems because the circuit kept on breaking, and I kept on reporting that the circuit was breaking, and they kept on having to repeatedly fix it over and over and over again. I tried to find out what was going on, what was the problem. I offered to pay for an updated circuit breaker, blah, and push came to shove. A couple months later, after having no help from resident services, they would just kept on sending services to reset the breaker. I found out that there was somebody in that bunch of parking spots that was on that one breaker that was without authorization, without the sticker, and without understanding the rules that you had to limit amperage. He was constantly using his car at full amperage and sucking electricity from the system and breaking the breaker. I was told you have to set your car to a very low amperage and work with your neighbors and cooperate with them in order to use the circuit. Really, what came up for me was I started hearing rumors that the board was considering doubling the price for the electricity usage the way it is currently set up. And I started looking around the Villa Puerta area, and in my bunch of buildings in the circles that I live on Villa Puerta, I noticed that there are just so many people who are using electric vehicles without the sticker, and those that use the sticker, that sticker is faded, you can't read the number on it. I believe that there might be a problem with the system here. People put the resident services puts your authorization sticker on the back of your vehicle, but all electric vehicles have to be backed in. So security can't even notice whether or not somebody's using the electricity and whether they have authorization. What I have found out from my casual observation, because I had the energy to do it, is that there are a lot of cars hooked up. They don't have the sticker. When they do, it's probably because the stickers have no date on it. Neither security nor a resident could look and see if it's an authorized vehicle. Like registrations have an expiration date, but those stickers don't. Most of them are faded. You can't even see what's written on them. So I just wanted to make you aware that, and I would love to know, is there a plan to raise the price in an interest of fairness? People like me who are playing by the rules and paying our fee, I drive very, very, very little.
Speaker
And I'm
time is
happy-
up.
Okay.
Please
I
wrap
just
up your
wanted-
statement, please.
Just I wanted to find out who I can contact. Maybe I can help work out, figure out some problems in the plan, volunteer to work with somebody to maybe figure out how to make this. I'm afraid the price is going to get raised.
Okay.
And I think it might be unfair because people are not paying for their use of the electricity.
Okay, thank you. And comments from
Yeah.
our board? Yes. Steve?
I just Jeff, I happen to miss your address. Could you give that to me again?
Oh, I'm sorry, I can give it. Let me pull it up here.
Any
It
comments?
is 2222 Via Puerta, Unit B as in boy.
2222?
Unit,
2222? Okay.
Unit B.
Okay. B? Yes. Okay. Okay. Any comments? Yes. Dr. Moon?
Jeff, your concern is very, very justified. We have a 60 years old building, all the infrastructure is over 60 years. We never expected when this community built, they never expected that many golf carts. They never expected EV. So we are raising the fee next year budget, and we need to upgrade the electricity, but there's two ways we have to do. One is we need a more current ampere, so most of golf carts just need more current. Another one, EV, you can use that, or you can use increase your voltage from 120 to 240 or 220. So we have two issues we have to deal with. And the previous the resident who said, I just checked he used a carport. There's some of them are in the single home family or double, duplex. They can use their own garage, then they can change that their own. But if you are sharing your garage space with the others together, like a single, the garden villa buildings, like 20-some cars in same building, they need to be upgraded, but it's going to cost a lot of money. We are thinking about looking into it. We've been discussing it, but we haven't made any serious decisions yet.
Okay. And yes, Jim, please.
Yeah. I think I heard two real issues. One is, what is the process for EV usage violation? Which I heard him say that there are several people whose ticket perhaps has expired or permission has expired and they haven't renewed. So I think one of the issues for me is, what is the process for detecting violations or what have you, and what's the penalty for not? And so I think that's something perhaps GRF should start to address. The other issue for me was the upgrade requirement. If you assuming 100% of EVs here, and obviously that's not going to happen right now, but what's the requirement for electricity, and can it be done, and is it feasible from a financial perspective to even think about that? So that's another evaluation that perhaps can be started. It's not an easy evaluation, but it can be started. So I look at those as the two major issues, Jeff. And thank you for bringing that up, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Okay, anybody else? Yes.
I'm going to suggest that our security service could take the time to check the vehicles and ticket them, and that we have a fee attached to that ticket.
Yes.
And that would pay for 220 in some of those buildings.
Okay. Yes? Okay, yes, Reza?
I think we can task our staff to go around and do that. But if you see something, say something that goes into the village. If you have problem and you see people are doing it, say something, report it. So, you know, I don't think we have enough staff to go around and check every carport 24 hours a day, make sure that the cars have sticker or they're paying or not paying. If you see somebody violating something, please report it, and then we can take care of it.
Okay.
And the other issue is with the, you know, with the carport. If somebody want to upgrade their carport, they can put a program together at their cost, and we will consider that in the MNC, because we are not going to pay for the upgrades that somebody can charge their car. It should be at the cost of members, unless we do the whole infrastructure, which is a different issue. And that's, we also, on the MNC side, we talking to the staff talking to the expert outside and see what are their options available for third. I'm not talking about, you know, other areas of the community, for the third, to do upgrades in the garden villas, in the, you know, carports, and what's available. But if you have a plan for upgrading, I heard that somebody said, the electrician said I can do that. I haven't heard that, you know, that we can just do one carport on the electricity. I don't know how we're going to do that. But if there are plans, you can bring it to the MNC. We will look at it. If it's feasible at the cost of member, we can upgrade that, and you know, you can use your garage. But those are things that are working, and we are working with the staff to see what other options we have for the electricity upgrade in the carports.
Okay, thank you. Yes?
To my esteemed colleague, Reza, we do have the staff to do it. I'm on the security committee for GRF, and I will tell you that we spend most of our time picking up garbage that isn't put in correctly and doing a number of other things that aren't law enforcement. So I'm going to suggest to that committee that we do ticket and that we spend our time doing some of that. You walk through a building, you go through an area, it doesn't take 5 minutes to walk and see what they have and don't have.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Yes, Mo?
Yeah. We can raise our revenue with a penalty, but that's not the way we're going to do that. That's a very small amount. We should discourage anybody who doesn't follow the rule strongly, but we should not expect that the penalty cover that. So we should budget it and bring it up MNC. We should budget it. We had a long-term solution. I heard many residents who commute daily, and then they plug it into EV, and then the circuit breaker switch is flipped. They didn't know all night, and then in the morning their, you know, charging is so low they have problem to going to work. So we do need to work on this issue. Thank you.
Anybody else? No? I'd like to make a comment about the electrical charges, so forth. Our infrastructure is limited. It is 120 volt, and the maximum charge current you can draw with the existing circuit, 20 amp, the maximum. If you go higher, it will have a fire problems. So with the limited circuit that we have, if you plug EV on the plug, it will draw immediately 14 amp. I know that. It's going to be monumental task for us to correct that issue. I do know what to do, but the cost will be astronomical. So please bear in mind, it all boils down to the money that you cough up to improve our circuitry. Thank you. Okay, next item is respond to previous comments. We have Joan Melliman, Carol Kelly, Mary Reiner, Cheryl Finnick, Bill Walsh, Linda Estiva, Gary Durst, Thomas Finkler. The comments being noticed, and some of them will be followed up by our staff. That's all I can say at this point. And for the sake of time, I'd like to end the member comment at this point. Is it okay with everybody? Okay, good, thank you. Now, let's go on to CEO report.
Thank you, President Park. Honorable members of the board, I want to share some key updates this morning, beginning with the village survey. The new online resident satisfaction survey simplifies sharing feedback and experiences year-round. The short survey replaces the once-a-year format and can be completed at any time. The survey is anonymous, requires no login or resident ID, and works on any device. It's available in English and other languages through Google Translate. To access the survey, visit the village website, click the purple Contact Us button in the top menu bar, select Resident Survey under We Want to Hear From You. Responses are reviewed regularly with key trends reported to leadership. We want to mention that there is a Good Neighbor Captain meeting coming up on October 7th from 10 to noon at Clubhouse 2. The registration form is available on the village website. As a reminder, the Good Neighbor Captain program builds resilience by empowering residents to support one another during emergencies. For more information, you may email disasterprep@vmsinc.org or call 949-597-4237. Along a similar line, the Great Shakeout 2025 is the state earthquake drill. It's on Thursday, October 16th at 10:16 a.m. in the morning. Residents are encouraged to join as part of their preparedness plans. By practicing now, you will have a safer response later. To prepare, identify your drop, cover, and hold-on spot, check emergency supplies, and update contacts with family and friends. More information is available by visiting shakeout.org/California. Rain gutter cleaning in the mutuals is underway and will run now through December. Schedules are subject to change based on weather and other factors. Find the 2025 rain gutter cleaning schedule at lagunawoodsvillage.com/services/maintenance, community maintenance schedules. During the warmer months, our landscaping services department reminds us not to water trees with dropping leaves. Heat and dry soil naturally cause trees to shed older leaves to save water while nutrients are pulled back and the canopy stays healthy. Hose watering during heat harms the roots. Shallow watering keeps roots near the surface. Our village irrigation already provides deep watering the trees need. VMS recently celebrated a new milestone in the ERP project with accounts payable automation. We launched this new system on September 2nd. It brings immediate structure, efficiency, and accountability to one of our most essential financial processes by delivering electronic approvals with real-time status tracking, automated workflows that reduce manual effort and error, and centralized reporting dashboards for instant visibility into AP activity. In terms of an update on the high-speed fiber project, Ting has started beta installations with the goal to test overall installation processes, including communication, pre-wiring buildings, install timing, and Wi-Fi quality. They are completing the beta testing in the Southeast Mainline route. Beta installs have been successful. 25 of 31 installs are complete, with preliminary speeds of up to 2,100 megabits per second. As the fiber project moves forward, a common question is about pre-wiring buildings. Pre-wiring is the installation of fiber cable on the outside of your building before your installation appointment. May we go to the next slide, please? Thank you.
Good.
Please keep gates unlocked and allow exterior access so work can be completed. Once pre-wiring is complete, Ting will cover and secure exterior fiber optic cable with molding. Please ensure your mobile phone number and email address are updated with resident services. On the next slide, how Ting contacts you for installations. Residents can expect to receive notification of their installs approximately 60 days and 30 days before the scheduled installation. 21-day, 3-day, and 1-day reminders will follow. Correspondence will come from a dedicated email address and telephone number. Email notifications will come from Laguna Woods Village at ting.com. Texts and telephone calls will come from a 714 telephone number as shown on your screen. An opportunity to meet Ting reps and resident ambassadors is coming up at Clubhouse 2 with the outdoor concert on Thursday, September 18th from 4 to 6 p.m. Ting team members and resident volunteer ambassadors will present with a mobile trailer and information table ready to share helpful information about fiber internet service and some swag. Lastly, I want to touch base on the turf renewal project in Third. It is occurring because excess thatch harms turf by blocking water, oxygen, and nutrients. Crews will mow, verticut, clean, fertilize, reseed, and irrigate. Turf may look rough temporarily, but lawns will be healthier and greener by spring. This 3-month project will occur now, and schedules are posted on Team Up. We appreciate residents' patience as crews complete this essential work. And that is my update this morning. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Any comments or question? Yes, Jim?
Yeah, the village survey sounds interesting, but I had a couple of questions. Now that the survey is replacing a once-a-year format and is, a quote, anonymous, how do we limit, what's the process for limiting non-residents from jumping on and doing the survey, as well as the number of responses? I mean, for instance, I've seen situations where one person or several people just kind of, overwhelm the system, so to speak. So are there limitations on that?
First of all, to answer your question, it is behind our resident access, so that rules out non-residents, and there are ways to track multiple
Okay, yes.
responses.
You have still questions?
Oh, yeah. Some time ago, before Ting started, they had mentioned that they were going to have to go inside houses. Now I understand they don't have to.
For the pre-wiring of buildings, they do not have to. For your personal installation, yes, they do.
Oh, they will?
Yes.
Okay.
How will we be notified about that?
Again, you'll
Yes.
get a 60-day, 30-day notification, and
Oh,
then the
okay.
emails at the different.
Right, okay, good.
Okay.
Yes, Moon?
Page 9, the internet speed is about 2.1 gigabyte. Many new router is up to 7 gigabyte. 5 to 7 gigabyte. So we are way low. It seems a very big number, 2.1 gigabyte.
It's 2,100 megabits per second.
Per second. It's per
Really,
second.
it's fast.
That's very
It's really
fast.
fast,
Yeah.
Is it better than 7 gigabyte?
It's not a gigabyte. It's two
Gigabyte. I'm
two
talking
different,
about
two
gigabyte.
separate issues. Two separate issues. This is the download and upload speeds. This has nothing to do with the size of the gigabyte.
No, gigabyte is speed.
No, megabytes is speed per second.
Okay. Okay. Any more questions? I do have a couple. Okay. First, I'd like to remind our residents and mark your calendar for Thursday, October 16, 10:16 a.m. for drill. It says shake out, so you got to shake out on that date. Mark your calendar for drills. And the second item is, Siobhan, is that means our domain name is going to be ting.com when we change over?
No, we just want residents to know who to expect the email from when they're being contacted about
Okay,
installation.
okay, I thought that was, okay.
Other than that, goes to your spam.
All right, so, okay, so I just wanted to know. Okay, thank you. Any more questions? No? Good. Let's move on to item 9, consent calendar. We do have quite a few consent calendar. 9A, B, and C, and D. Any item to be removed from consent calendar, or we can approve as a consent? All of them.
I move we approve. I'll second it.
Okay. Robert moved and Reza second.
D,
D,
we are still waiting for legal counsel.
No, that's what, in this sheet.
There was
Handed out.
yes, there was an update, right, and that
Yes.
was distributed.
yeah, so
There's a
D,
line, the third bullet down on the white sheet.
is the upgrade to include that this approval is subject to legal's review of the following conditions. So those conditions are all now in here.
Okay.
That's what you're actually approving as the consent calendar.
Okay, so everybody clear of the consent calendar? Good. So all in favor of approval of consent calendar, say aye. Okay, unanimous. Thank you. Item 9 is done. And item 10, unfinished business. Are you ready, Steve?
Give me a second.
Do you have enough water?
I think he has water. And also, Robert is going to help him too, right? Okay, so let me know when you're going to help him.
Well, that's up to Steve.
Okay, up to Steve. You ready? Good. 10A, entertain motion to approve amendment to member disciplinary process. That has been, resolution 28-day notification being satisfied. Steve, could you read it, please?
Sure. Resolution 03-25-XX, member disciplinary process. Whereas the Board of Directors of the 3rd Laguna Hills Mutual has an equal interest and duty under law to ensure that the management of the community's affairs is carried out in adherence with the provisions of the Davis-Sterling Act. And whereas the Board of Directors updated the member disciplinary process to align with Civil Code Section 5850 as amended by Assembly Bill 130. Now therefore be it resolved, September 16th, 2025, the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves the updated member disciplinary process as attached to the official members of this meeting. And resolve further that Resolution 03-04-12 adopted July 20th, 2004 is hereby suspended and canceled. And resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of this corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution.
Okay.
So moved. Second.
Move Robert, and second Reza. Any further discussion about this resolution? No? Then let's vote. Do we miss anybody?
See,
No?
I think we just need Peggy's.
Peggy?
Fox?
Fox is not online.
Not-
Yeah, he's not on
online,
Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peggy is still, we are missing. One move?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, there we go. Okay, we have Peggy's.
Good, thank
Perfect,
you.
Thank you.
So resolution is 900, it passed. Item B, entertain motion to approve amendment to schedule monetary penalties. This resolution also satisfied 28-day notification as well. Steve, could you take over?
Yes, Resolution 03-25-XX, Schedule of Monetary Penalties. Whereas the Schedule of Monetary Penalties is required per Civil Code to identify violations and potential penalties which may be imposed upon a member following a disciplinary hearing by the Board of Directors for violations of the governing documents and rules and regulations by a member, co-occupant, guest, or lessee. And whereas the Board of Directors update the schedule of monetary penalties to align with changes to Civil Code Section 5850 as amended by Assembly Bill 130, limits fines imposed to $100 per violation unless the violation meets the criteria for health and safety violation. Now therefore be it resolved September 16th, 2025, that the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves the amended schedule of monetary penalties as attached to the official meeting minutes, and resolve further that the resolution 03-25-125 adopted July 15th, 2025 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution.
Resolution.
Not revolution.
So moved.
Okay. Robert move, and then who's second?
I'll second.
Okay, Steve second. Any further
I'll just
discussion?
make a comment.
Yes,
Just so
please.
that everybody is aware, under AB 130, the maximum penalty could normally be $100 for any kind of violation, unless it's a health or safety violation. If it's a health or safety violation, the penalties for the violation can be greater than $100, but we have to stipulate that. So just for information purposes, all health and safety violations now carry a maximum of $2,000, except for work without permits, beyond allowed hours, expired permit, etc. Those can be up to $10,000. But other than that, all the other health and safety violations are up to a maximum of $2,000.
Okay, any more? Yes,
Yeah.
Jim?
And I'm assuming somewhere in the process, the board / the committee needs to make a declaration that it's a health and safety.
Right, and they have to,
Violation.
in writing, explain it.
Explain it, yeah.
Yes.
Any,
And then determine how much, so there's a, for
Correct.
each violation, there's.
It's a range.
It's assessment, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a
okay, good.
thank you.
Any further questions? Since Basilda is here, I have, Basilda, can you give us some examples of nuisance and harassment restrictions up to, it related to health and safety related matters? Just the example of it.
So the nuisance would be like a behavioral issue if someone is cursing another resident out, and that could be considered a health and safety issue, or if the member has clutter that could be like food related and odors or pests are entering other units, that could also be considered a nuisance as well.
Okay, what about then illegal activities or violations? As an example, I'm not trying to testing you, but we're trying to try to understand a little bit better. Yes.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
Yeah, any illegal activities or violations could up to health and safety related.
So whatever would fall under 10C as far as if there's an impact to the community's welfare. So if the member is displaying behavior, or if the member has a guest that comes in and is displaying negative behavior towards other residents.
Okay, so that is the occupancy restrictions as well?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to clear with everybody. Yes. Moon?
Thank you. The nuisance or, all the violation is just for resident or his own unit is one thing. If his behavior or her behavior bothers other neighbor, and obviously just one incident, it couldn't be anecdotal, but if you have 5, 10 different neighbor residents are complaining, that's a whole different ballgame. So I think it's $100 is really, I don't know how we're gonna deter that. And we have to find a way we can deter that, and somehow we can ask a resident not to do it. And so we have to find a way.
Okay, Jim?
Yeah, I think that's going to be up to the committee, the Resident Compliance Committee, for each incident. And we'll have guidelines that essentially compliance has given us. And so each case will have to be decided based on the merits of that case.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? No?
Move we vote.
Okay. So, thank you. Let's move to vote. That's what the Director Muchnick said, so let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, Peggy did,
You got it
okay.
working.
Maybe your finger was the problem.
Is that what it was?
I don't know, maybe. Okay, 9-0-0, so resolution is being passed. Okay, now item D. Entertain motion to approve amendment to rules for board meetings. This also satisfy 20-day notification. Steve, please.
Okay, just a second here. Okay, I'm a little bit out of sequence here.
You want me to read it?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, yes.
All right, this is Resolution 03-25, Rules for Board Meetings. Whereas the Board of Directors of the Third Laguna Hills Mutual has an equal interest and duty under law to ensure that the management of the community's affairs is carried out professionally and in adherence with the provisions of the Davis-Sterling Act. And whereas the Board of Directors updated the rules for board meetings to align Civil Code Section 5850 as amended by Assembly Bill 130. Now therefore be it resolved September 16th that the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby approves revised rules for board meetings as attached to the official minutes of this meeting, and resolve further that Resolution 03-25-88 adopted May 20th, 2025 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution.
So moved.
Okay, Peggy moved, and who's second? Reza second.
Just a comment.
Yes, please.
What were the
The only change,
Oh, go ahead.
only change in this whole thing on rules for board meetings is under AB 130, we are now required to notify the outcome of a hearing to the resident within 14 days instead of what previously was 15 days in our board, rules for board meetings. So we're going from 15 days to 14 days. That's the sum total of the change.
Okay. So, everybody ready to vote? Yes, please do.
We've skipped that, so we're on the next one right now. We'll have to come back to that.
Did we skip C?
We skipped C.
Oh, okay.
Because he said
I-
D. He said we're up to D. That's why I
Yeah.
read D.
Oh, gotcha,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on, let me cancel this one. Sorry.
What?
You skipped C.
Oh, did I?
According to our secretary.
Yeah, let
you
me
skipped
cancel.
C.
But we can register to vote for D.
Yeah, we can register D and then go back to C.
Right, sorry.
That's
one-
why our
One
secretary was
moment.
lost.
Okay. My mistake.
No more coffee for you.
Coffee is restricted for one day, I guess.
Okay, now you guys can vote. So we're on 10D,
Okay,
and then I'll go back to 10C.
okay, good.
What is this order for, 10C?
10C.
We're voting for
No, that's
10D.
10D. You're now voting on 10D. This is the one we just had.
No, we already voted.
No, we're voting on 10D right now.
We're on 10D.
And then we're going to go back to 10C.
You're doing a good job confusing us. Thank you.
You're easily confused.
So I need, let's see, I need Donna's, and then I think
One
that's
person?
it.
Who's that?
Yeah, just Donna's. There we go.
Okay. 900, D is passed. Now let's go back to C.
Is this the one you wanted me to read, Steve?
Back.
Yeah, just hold on. Just hold on.
All right, this is the one Steve actually wanted me to read. Resolution 03-25XX, Health and Safety Violations, Written Findings. Whereas pursuant to Civil Code, Section 5850C, fines levied after July 1, 2025 may not exceed $100 per violation unless in the Third Laguna Hills Mutual Third Board of Directors' sole and reasonable discretion, the violation may result in an adverse health or safety impact on the common area or another member's property, and Whereas the board must make written findings in an open meeting that certain violations create an adverse health or safety impact on third property or another member's property to levy fines greater than $100 per violation. And whereas Third's current schedule of monetary penalties contains fines that exceed $100 for certain violations. Many violations involve adverse health or safety impacts to third property or another member's property. Now, therefore, be it resolved, September 16th, 2025, that the Board of Directors hereby finds the following. A health and safety violation refers to any condition, action, or omission by a member, resident, or their guests that the third board, in its reasonable discretion, determines creates a significant risk to the physical well-being, safety, or health of individuals or the integrity of third property. The third board finds the following violation types are considered health or safety violations. Bullet number 1, potential for harm. Conditions or actions that could reasonably result in physical injury, illness, or property damage. Bullet number 2, impact on community welfare. Issues that compromise or could compromise the safety or livability of those within third. Bullet number 3, compliance with codes and standards. Violations of local, state, or federal health and safety regulations, building codes, or fire codes, as identified by relevant authorities or professional assessments. Bullet number 4, community standards, conditions that deviate from the third's governing documents and create health or safety concerns. Resolved further, the board finds, based on the above criteria established to determine health and safety violations, that the following violations within third's current schedule of monetary penalties are considered health or safety violations. Number 1, any egregious or criminal offenses. Number 2, any alteration violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Number 3, any clutter restriction violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Number 4, any landscape restrictions violations that are considered health or safety violations, again, based on the above criteria. Number 5, any maintenance violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria, which specifically include, but are not limited to, failure to correct fire, safety, health hazards, and other dangerous conditions. Next bullet, any nuisance, harassment, restriction violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Next, any illegal activities or violations of the portable storage container policy that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Next, any occupancy restrictions, violations that are considered health or safety violations, again, based on the above criteria. Any pet restrictions, violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. And finally, all traffic rules and regulation violations that are considered health or safety violations based on the above criteria. Resolved further, the third board incorporates by reference the schedule of monetary penalties and schedule of traffic or monetary penalties into these written findings and open board meeting minutes. And resolved further, the third board reserves the right to amend these written findings of health and safety violations anytime, and also reserves the right to make specific written findings about any violations of the governing documents that occur and their impact on health or safety. And resolve further, any fines or penalties levied before July 1, 2025 are not subject to the requirements of AB 130 and its amendments to Civil Code Sections 5850 and 5855. These findings, therefore, do not apply retroactively, and all fines or penalties levied before July 1, 2025 are unaffected. And Resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out the purpose of this resolution.
Thank you. Thank you. Very long statement.
Well, it's a professor who could do that.
Yes.
Why he
I-
wanted me to read it.
Yes, good, thank you. Any movement?
I'll go ahead and move.
Robert moved. and a
Moon seconds.
Moon second.
I have a question. Some of these requirements are pretty wide. You can go and drive the truck through it. Let me ask one question. I will have a potted plant in my patio that during the springtime have pollen, release pollen. My neighbor gets hay fever. What is my responsibility? Is it health and safety? I've got to be hung on dry, or is it only $100? What is
So part of the resolution is it's at the discretion of the Executive Hearings Committee if it is a violation. But in that scenario, staff most likely would not consider that a violation. It's just a natural occurrence. We can't control when plants grow and bloom. It's just a part of the season that it's in.
But I'm impacting somebody's health.
I mean,
If I remove that plant, that will not happen. See, what is my responsibility? Because I am the cause of it, because I have that plant that caused health to the neighbor. Is that considered? I just want to make sure that we understand some of these, complaints that are going to come through, because just like smoke, somebody is smoking here and somebody have an allergy to it, what's
Well-
going to happen?
So if the member has an abundance of plants, then staff would bring it to the attention of the Executive Hearings Committee and see what direction they would like to take and how
Okay.
they would like us to address it.
Okay, yes, Robert.
But before that happens, you would be given the opportunity to cure the situation.
Well, I buy them at, Claritin, that's all I can do.
Well, that might be a way to cure the situation. So you're given that opportunity before you're called in for a hearing.
Okay. Donna, you have a question?
Yeah, just to differentiate your examples of smoke versus a plant. Smoke has been found to be adversely affect people's health, period, and so it's very different.
And
So
so does
we have to
pollen
be careful
protein.
about how we look at things, and that's
So
why
does
they
pollen
said it would be
protein.
evaluated.
Yeah.
If you have 50 plants on your patio, it's probably an issue. Not only that, you probably can't even get out there to water them because they're so close
Well, there is
together.
a stipulation about what percentage of the patio
Yeah,
you have.
exactly.
So-
15%.
So if you had 50 plants, you'd probably be over.
So first thing is going to be he has an opportunity to cure the issue. Second is to bring it to the executive hearing
Yes.
for the further discussion.
Yes.
Is that enough?
But I have
The other
to
question-
agree with Reza. It is a very wide berth.
Yeah, it's
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I
And
think,
that-
argue
And
one
that's why
side of the
staff
fence.
would seek a direction from the Executive Hearings Committee on how they'd want to address it, because we are just following AB 130, and it's at the discretion of the board.
okay.
Yeah, the other question I have is about the first paragraph said may not exceed $100 per violation. Okay, there is a clutter, and there is a ticket, and you get $100. Then there is another complaint about the same. Is it still that first $100 take care of it, or every
Depends on-
complaint start a new $100 violation?
So you can, if it falls under health and safety, so if
No, it's not health and safety, it's just clutter violation.
so then it would just be $100 again.
So doesn't matter if they don't take care of it, is it still $100? They don't take care of it, they don't take care of it.
Well, the board has other options, so you can
Like-
always suspend GRF facilities, you can suspend cable, you can also take legal action if the board so chooses.
Okay, Jim?
Yeah, may I suggest that there are so many what-if situations, I don't
Yeah.
think we can cover them all here. And so I think we have to depend on the judgment not only of compliance and then the committee and then the board. And I think each situation will iron out itself, as opposed to try to deal with every what-if situation at this
Okay.
stage.
But that's a burden on the board.
Yes,
Correct.
good. Thank you. Yes,
Well,
Don?
it is, but in some of the cases like clutter, I'm sure that if we haven't been doing it, but I think we have, they put a date with it. So if it's, so it's not so hypothetical. It's the clutter has to be cleaned up by such and such a date. A month later, another complaint comes in, a month after that date. It's pretty clear that it's a new violation.
It's a
So
new violation
I
for the
saw-
same,
I-
that's what I'm asking.
But this, if they, because they haven't complied. If they say you
But
have
it's
to clean
not
it
per
up by this
violation,
date.
it's one violation, is the clutter. Is the clutter continues and that there's another complaint comes in, is another $100?
If it's past the date that it's supposed to be cleaned up, then it's a new violation.
Oh, wait,
I would
so
think. Is that not right?
No,
I'd like
that's
to-
not what.
I want to clarify. In order for any monetary penalties to be imposed, a disciplinary hearing has to be held. So
Yeah.
we would have one hearing for the clutter violation. The board gives the member 10 days to comply. The member does not comply within those 10 days, then we would schedule them for another hearing, at which time the board would impose another fine.
Okay,
So there would always be a hearing, because per civil code, we always have to have a hearing before any monetary penalties are imposed.
Just 100.
okay. So everybody clear or clear as mud? Okay, so, thank you, Priscilla.
Move we call the question.
We need to vote.
Okay, I don't know who we call.
No, I said move that we call the question, means we vote on it.
Okay, let's vote on it, okay.
Reza, you're just going to have to get rid of all that clutter and the pollen plants.
Yes.
I think I just need
I
SKs.
bought some clarity.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I did already.
I bought some clarity.
This,
It's not registering. Do you
this time is mine.
want to give me,
Oh,
perfect, okay.
900, resolution passed. Okay. Now, item E, most controversial resolution at this point. Entertain motion to approve the resolution to common area use policy to allow staff to review and approve like for equivalent alteration, previously approved grandfathered common area. This also satisfied 28-day notice. Okay, now it's time.
Okay, Resolution 03-25-XX, Common Area Use Policy.
I thought
Because
you're
of,
not going to read the whole thing, you're just going to read the one.
hold on.
Okay.
Yes.
Because it is very long, I'm just going to read two clarifications to this. And one is this: be it resolved further that the determination of whether a proposed alteration is like for like or like for equivalent shall be made by staff in consultation with the committee as needed and subject to appeal to the board, whose decision shall be final and made in the board's sole and absolute discretion. And also, at the end, we need to add, now therefore be it resolved September 16th, 2025, that the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby adopts revisions and amendments to the Common Area Use Policy as attached to the official meeting minutes.
So moved.
Okay, move done by Robert and Craig, you move? Okay. Craig is second. Any further discussion?
Yeah,
Okay.
my problem also is with common area usage.
Yes.
And we discussed that. I've made my point known that I'm not in favor of giving up the common area for any purposes. For that reason, I'll vote against this.
Okay. Anybody else? Yes.
I need to say that our CCNRs and our committee are working on some of the discrepancies. So some of this area does not conform with the existing CCNRs that we have now.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think when we have an issue when you stay like for like, because just because another board, there may have been some favors, whatever the situation was prior to, like for like, I think each one has to be looked at based on the evidence that's presented for that particular case. So just to blanket say like for like, I don't know how like for like is determined, but I can understand how one can see that. But I have a real problem with continuing to violate the policy because someone else did it. It's kind of like saying, Well, the guy in front of me was speeding, so why'd you pull me over? And so I have reservations with this particular.
Okay, thank you. Yes, Peggy?
Well, I'm not sure that's what is addressed here. What I am concerned about is other parts of the common area use policy. And if I vote for this, I'm voting that the rest of it is correct.
Correct.
And it is not correct according to our CCNRs.
Okay.
And she
Anybody
knows
else?
what you're talking about.
Anybody else?
Know what you're talking about.
Yes, Moon?
Yeah, this resolution will speed up and give a benefit of doubt to the resident who apply for this. And otherwise, they have to wait 1 or 2 more months to get approved. But in other side, if we let it go, our responsibility to our staff, then we may not doing our fiduciary duty, and so we have to be a little bit careful. I like to make sure in any case we decided that was the wrong decision, and then we can take it back. I don't know how often that's going to happen, very rarely, but if we made wrong decision, we have the option to take it back.
Okay.
Alan, can you answer that?
No.
Oh.
No.
No?
I think we already discussed in the past that before a certain date, that was grandfathered in, and we don't touch it. So it can be like for like, even if it's straddled into some common area. Because before a certain date, there wasn't the Davis-Sterling Act. Isn't that correct? The last board meeting that we had?
Well, and some of the policies didn't exist before 2017.
Yeah, that's another thing. There were 2 instances there.
So until we get the CCNRs together.
Yeah.
Yes, Jim?
I would suggest that the CCNRs changes are going to address this issue. So I think it would be premature to make a decision here now.
Okay. That's, yes, Moon?
Let me ask Alan. Okay. Is that so? My concern was, can we take it back with this resolution?
I think that's a legal question.
Yeah.
That becomes very legal to me.
Well, I was hoping not to have to be here this morning, no. But let me, from my staff's perspective, you're dealing with 2 different issues here. One is the common area use policy itself. This resolution is only affecting the 2 sections that Director Parsons read. The common area policy, other than that, remains the same. Those 2 changes are simply affecting staff being able to process like for like or like for equivalent conditions quicker for the member. The policies or the guidelines for that are, let's take an awning, a patio cover. It's an old patio cover, it needs to be replaced. As long as that new patio cover does not change in size or configuration, then this resolution will allow staff to approve that.
Okay.
With regard to the common area use policy itself, that is a separate issue and can be addressed if there are revisions that need to be made to that policy. That can certainly be done. It's just at a separate item, not addressed this morning.
Okay.
Unlike my fellow board member, my reason for not supporting this is because the basic common area policy does not agree with our CCNRs.
Right.
Not that the changes, I'm not against the changes, but I cannot approve this because I am then, again, saying that the basic common area policy is good.
Well,
Okay, yes, Robert?
if we approve or don't approve this, if we don't approve this, the only thing that doesn't change is the one line that Steve read. Everything else is in here, has already previously been approved. So failure to approve the change doesn't rescind the existing policy.
No, but it condones the existing
Yeah.
policy.
Okay.
For
So-
example, if I vote for it, I'm voting for the common area use policy as a whole, regardless of two little changes. And that's the problem that I have.
I understand.
So if I may, let me answer Director Yoon's question. Policies and/or standards are reviewed on a regular basis. Earlier this year, a standard was approved. Don't quote me on, I'm trying to think of what standard was, but 2 months later, it was amended and reapproved. So today's vote doesn't mean that it's in cement. Today's vote simply means that you are endorsing the like-for-like equivalent changes and allowing staff, more importantly, to be able to help the member out by approving the process.
Okay, yes, Jim?
Yeah, like for like is very broad. So there's some, and I can imagine some very extensive alterations that are like, and some very minor ones that are like. So we're basically giving staff the authority to determine that, or discretion to determine that. Is that the case? Is there any way to limit that, a dollar amount or something that says staff can't or should not? Or do we just completely leave it at staff's recommendation?
Well, the staff reviews all the submittals in the context of adhering to the standards already established.
Yes, Peggy?
I happen to fall in the like for like, because my unit I did prior to the 2017. So I don't have a problem with that. Is there any way we can remove the common area use policy from the changes? And I don't know how you legally do that.
That would have to be done on a separate issue. The only issue before the board this morning
Is the addition of those two paragraphs to the common?
Anybody else? Yes, Moon?
Yeah, this, we discussed at architectural standard committee, and like to like, for instance, you have the cover of a patio, and then they want to, there's something breaking, and so they want to redo it, but the material or technology has improved, it's not available. So whatever the similar one for new technology, that becomes the like to like. So we like to approve that, but if we approve it and we give the responsibility to the staff, and then staff that the resident doesn't need to wait for the committee approval and then the board approval, which will take another 2 months.
Okay, yes,
And,
Peggy?
I'm going to recommend that we amend the motion, that we are not approving the general common area, but we are approving the additional verbiage for like for like. Can I do that?
But no, you can amend it anytime.
So, anybody else?
Need a second.
Does anybody second that?
So you are amending?
I'm amending the motion
Okay.
to
Then-
approve the changes, but not the policy as a whole.
How you can do that?
I don't know how I can do it. but I think it's-
I don't know how.
Because if the policy is enforcement
Yes.
already.
Yes.
I think what you're suggesting is that we vote down this policy
Yeah.
the way it currently stands, and then a new motion be made that says specifically that that when it comes to the equivalent, alteration is like for like or like for equivalent, we give permission to the staff in consultation with the committee as needed. We do that. So we can just talk about that as an individual motion.
That's
Okay.
why I have a PhD professor next to me.
Okay. Just,
We vote down this existing motion.
I'd like to have
Or
a-
withdraw this existing motion, either one, and then we have a new motion that just addresses that particular issue.
I still have some questions though. My question is, this. Like for like equivalent is fine. But as long as there's a common area involved in that alteration, I do have a problem.
Well, that's the whole thing is, that's in the common area.
Right, that's the problem.
No, it is.
Okay, just a second. Are you
No, go ahead, Steve. Go
withdrawing
ahead,
your amendment? or-
No. I made it, I will adhere to Robert's,
Okay, so you're
yeah.
withdrawing
You're
the
not,
amendment.
you're not
You're not making the
making
amendment,
motion
but
at
you'll
this
make a
point,
new
right?
motion.
So let's vote on this first.
On this
and then see
first.
what
Okay,
happens.
good.
Okay?
Or we can just withdraw,
Yes, let's withdraw. I move
just
we withdraw.
withdraw,
And then new motion.
Yes,
then a new motion. So who made the motion? I made the motion.
Robert
I
and
will
Craig.
and
withdraw.
Craig seconded.
Craig, you second. If you agree to withdraw your second, the motion's withdrawn from the table, and then Peg can make her new motion.
Okay.
And
Can
that
we do
kills
that?
Well, I'm going to have you make.
Yeah,
it.
then that kills
Let's
it.
do that.
Okay.
Sure.
So Robert move,
Robert will
withdraw.
articulate my motion.
Okay. Robert move, withdraw his motion, and then Craig is made a second.
Withdrew the second.
Okay?
Okay, perfect.
You can ask another motion if nobody motioned that.
It's
Right.
dead. Now she can go ahead.
Okay.
Robert.
Okay, so it's dead at this
Yes.
point?
Yes,
Okay, now,
okay.
Yes.
I am going to have my illustrious colleague here
All right, this
articulate.
motion, Peg is making the motion.
okay.
I just want to be on record that Peg is making the motion.
Thank you.
All right.
Michaela, just hold on. Michaela, you got all this scenario?
Yes, I'm writing it down right now. And then Paul's doing the minutes upstairs,
This is
too.
my
Okay.
motion, but Robert is putting it in the format.
Right.
Okay.
But Robert, if you
So-
could state your motion.
Right at this point, the motion for 10E is denied.
No.
No,
No.
It
the-
doesn't exist. It was
doesn't-
not
Right, so
exist.
so
Okay.
Robert made a motion to approve it with Craig seconding it, and then Robert withdrew the motion.
And
Craig
Craig
withdrew
withdrew
his
his- Okay,
second.
so-
So Peggy's going to make a
Withdrew.
new motion
Peggy's
with
making a
Robert's
new
help.
motion.
Okay,
Right.
now, you got it, right? Good. Now, Peggy, your
It's very
turn.
simple. Just be resolved that the.
No, please.
Peg,
Peggy.
He's making.
He's
first.
making it for
Oh,
me.
he's making?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
his verbiage.
Oh,
He's the
okay,
professor.
go ahead, please.
Be it resolved that the determination of whether a proposed alteration is like for like or like for equivalent shall be made by staff in consultation with the committee as needed and subject to the appeal to the board, whose decision shall be final and made in the board's sole and absolute discretion.
Perfect.
I second.
Perfect. Thank you.
I second.
Any discussion regarding this motion?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same issue. We're still talking about the use of common area for the alteration, and that's, you know, either grandfather in, not grandfather in, we're talking about use of common area.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, I differ with my colleague, but for the sake
Okay, to me, it's the same thing. Okay, anyway,
Vote.
are we ready to vote?
Yes,
Are you sure?
Yep.
yes.
Okay, let's vote then. It's a new motion, Michaela,
Yeah, she's got it.
okay?
She's just gonna put it up for us to vote.
Okay.
I'll fix the verbiage of the motion later on, but
I'll work with you, I'll work with you on that.
thank you. So we need Peggy's
Oh, I
and
voted.
Moon's.
Oh,
I'm pushing.
I thought.
No, you did now, you're okay.
Now you push.
Now you push.
One more. Who's missing? Oh, 9, okay.
Everybody is.
So yes 7, no 2. So motion anyway passed. Got it?
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for voting, everybody. Now, item 10 is done, finally. So item 11, new business. Item 11A, entertain motion to approve revision to alteration fee schedule. It is a 28-day notification for resolution. Steve?
Okay, resolution 03-25-XX, alteration fee schedule. Whereas alteration and variance requests require significant staff time for proper
Yes, just toss
processing, including research,
Your way to toss
report
it.
preparation, presentation to the appropriate committee and board, and whereas several tasks are performed in conjunction with alteration and variance requests, namely plan check changes, mutual consent re-inspections, correction notice re-inspections, and exclusive use common area use agreement, that's ECAUA. And whereas, in order to account for the staff time spent processing the tasks above, the board has adopted 2025 alteration fee schedule. And whereas the 2025 alteration fee schedule more accurately reflects the fees associated with all the administrative time it takes to process all the associated tasks. Now therefore be it resolved, October 21st, 2025, that the Board of Directors of this corporation hereby adopts revisions to the alteration fee schedule as attached to the official meeting minutes. And resolve further that the resolution 03-17-120 adopted October 20th, 2017 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further, the resolution 03-19-131 adopted December 17th, 2019 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further, the resolution 03-23-69 adopted June 20th, 2023 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further, the resolution 03-23-131 adopted November 21st, 2023 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further, that resolution 03-25-87 adopted April 20th, 2025 is hereby superseded and canceled. And resolve further, that future revisions to the alteration fee schedule will be reviewed and undertaken as one cohesive resolution every year with board approval. And resolve further that the officers and agents of this corporation are hereby authorized on behalf of the corporation to carry out this resolution as written. And as mentioned earlier, it's on 28-day notice.
Okay, any move?
I'll make a motion.
Okay. Moon first, and then Robert second. Any discussion?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I have a question, and it's for staff, really. When I did my revisions to my house, which is almost reopened, good morning, again, I did not have to go through VMS, I just went to the city. How many of the items under alteration complex components are done by the city as well as us?
Let me best answer that by saying the manor alteration department reviews all requests for alterations to a manor for compliance with the mutual established standards.
And what does the city do?
They review those requests from the perspective of adherence to current building codes.
And is that not the same as what we do?
No.
What differs?
The standards that the mutual has established are primarily for consistencies in aesthetics, to maintain an overall aesthetic in the community. We are not looking if a member wants to add an air conditioning unit, we are going to look at where that unit is placed, how the piping is run, and is it installed per the standards in effect. The city is going to look at that and say, do they have the proper electrical requirements for that? Is the capacity of the air conditioning unit matching the square footage that the unit is servicing? They're looking at it from a totally different perspective.
They're looking at it from an engineering perspective?
It's a code enforcement versus, policy enforcement. Our policy need to be
I just have a
followed.
question here, and I'm not done asking questions, if I could just finish.
Okay, go ahead.
The charges that we have that are implied here were not there when I did my place. The city did all of the reviews, and mine was total. I added windows, I did everything. So my question is, the charges that we do here and what the city looks at, the city has an engineer to review plans. Do we have an engineer on staff?
No, but we don't require an engineer to be on staff. We're
Do the
reviewing-
plans require an engineer to sign off?
I'm sorry?
Do the plans require an engineer to sign off?
No.
No.
Any structural modifications are, again, tasked with the city to review. And they're the ones that say, yes, this meets structural requirements. We may often require structural plans be incorporated into the submittal, but we are reviewing primarily to adherence to the standards, the mutually established standards.
I would believe, and tell me if I'm wrong, please, that the city holds the standards that we require because we are 90% of the city.
No, the city is not concerned if, how big a room addition is, or the city is not concerned on if that room addition goes into common area or exclusive use common.
But doesn't that come before our board, or before our committees?
I lost.
And it's in the standards.
Yeah.
So the city is concerned with a room addition, that it's framed properly, it meets current codes, that the foundation is properly noted in electrical, plumbing, HVAC. The city is concerned about all that.
So the valuations that you have here, why do they elevate over the cost? And I guess what I'm seeing here is less than $1,500 is $115. Over $30,000 is $890. Do we take that much more time to determine?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Why didn't they do it in 2017?
I don't know.
Because they can.
There have been a sliding scale fees for quite some time. Those sliding scale fees account for the higher the dollar volume of the submittal, generally the more time it takes to review those submittals.
Okay, I guess my question is, on top of these fees, the city also charges us.
Correct.
So we are doing one part, which is just simply looking at a plan and determining if it matches what we want done, which could be common area or could be where a window is placed, I guess. But it does not have anything to do with the technicalities.
Well, let me address that by saying let's use windows, which you mentioned. If we get a request for a window change-out for the entire manor, we're looking at that window change-out request. Does it conform to the standards established by the mutual, which is more focused on the aesthetics of those windows? Are they putting in window styles that match the manners around it? So we review for compliance with that. The city, however, they are looking at windows. Are those windows a change in size? Will it affect egress requirements required by the code? So two totally different things. One proposal, but looked at from two different directions.
I guess what I'm getting at, and this is, you're helping me understand because I'm not like what the rest of my board seems to understand this. I only understand because I went through it. If I went through this today, compared to what I went through, and mine was a 200,000 plus renovation. Windows, new bathrooms, new add-on, everything. The fees would be almost double now?
From
From
From when?
2017.
17?
Yeah,
Yeah, so we have data from, the last time that these were looked at was actually in 2018. From then to now, just the inflation rate is 26.2%.
the
So-
inflation for,
Pardon?
the cost of what, the staff?
Well, if inflation simply means if it cost you $1 6 years ago.
I understand what inflation is, but are we looking at inflation for staff time?
Yes,
Yes.
staff time is.
Staff-
The hourly rate of
The-
staff.
Okay, I'm asking. Because my understanding is it's taking the staff much longer now than it did before.
Yes.
For less, and things that are done by the city. They always looked at whether I was an informant, whether I was conforming to the CCNRs or conforming to what. Yeah.
Okay.
They
City
always
never did that.
They looked at mine, because I know I went through it all. And I'm just saying, from my perspective, and this is only mine, it disagrees with the board, I can tell by their heads. But I have a right to say my piece.
Okay.
I just don't want us burdening our new residents who are doing alterations, which the houses need and the condos need because they're so old, and then we take responsibility. I just want to make sure we're not adding burdens on to where it is ridiculous for them to want to do any alterations. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I think to clarify, let's look at labor rates. Labor rates, staff rates for labor 6 years ago were at $38 an hour. Today, in 2025, they're at $44.03 an hour. So the adjustments being made to the fee schedules are primarily adjusting for those changes.
But if I'm correct, many of these are new charges.
They are. 4 of them are new charges that staff currently spends time on, which is unreimbursed.
Okay.
Okay, and then one other thing that I have. Sorry to take the time, but this is important to me. Recordable, exclusive use of common area revocable license agreement, legal. It is my understanding that that is a form and only requires the implementation, implying the address and the name. That it's nothing more than a standard legal document being used. Is that correct?
Now let me address that by saying that's the whole issue of that is being looked at subject to changes. Right now, that is in effect. What that means is that legal charge $750 per request to review and provide the content.
Why? I mean, I can get off the internet, divorce papers, anything
Yeah.
I want, legal documents,
Well, that's subject,
anything. And
Okay.
all I need is a notary. So why do we take it to legal and
That's
charge
it.
$800,
that's,
$850?
That's,
If I can get some clarity on that, that was a previous board's decision.
Right.
Right, okay.
I understand that,
and
and I'm
this-
asking why.
and this board, the committee is already looking into, if it is a template, not having it be charged this way. But at this point in time, we still have to go through legal, and when we get the new legal opinion, we should be able to use a template.
All right.
Okay.
As I say, I don't want to burden our residents any more than we have to.
Okay.
I'm sorry to put you through this, but I need
Okay.
your understanding.
Thank you. I think it's about time to vote. Am I correct?
Don't shorten me.
I'm sorry. I think you got enough time.
Thank you.
He's not calling us short.
No, I'm not falling short. I'm just.
let me just say from my perspective, I, for one, appreciate the discussions that take place here. It helps staff because our goal is to do exactly what you're concerned about, is to abide by the policies, yet how can we make the members who live here, how can we make it easier and smoother? So we're always looking at that.
Thank you.
And I appreciate all the discussions that take place here.
I'm glad
Okay.
you do because the board did, I'm not sure did, but thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Let's vote. I think we spent
We're
enough
already
time.
started.
Oh, you already start? Okay, go ahead and vote, please.
You're voting
Peggy
on,
is no, okay.
you're voting on alteration fee?
One more.
The alteration fee.
Okay, good. 8 yes, 1 no. Okay, thank you. Board.
I apologize, but there's one more clarification that the board needs to be aware of. If it's passed into the 28-day review stage, the Finance Committee will be reviewing this,
Okay,
subject to their
Right.
okay,
Uh,
good.
conditions.
So we're in 28-day notice. Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
it's no problem with that. Okay, now next item. 11B and C is related to our 2026 business plan. B, entertain motion to approve 2026 third business plan. C, entertain motion to approve 2026 third reserve funding plan. First, let's go to B.
So moved.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I'm sorry.
No?
You want me to read
Business plan.
Entertain a motion to approve 2026 third business plan. Peggy?
I do have a comment.
Oh, yes, please do.
I mean, I know I'm entertaining everybody this morning, but
Did Robert move?
Yes.
It's
Is
already,
there a second?
yes.
Who? Oh,
if I'm correct, and I'm getting my pages in order after my novel.
got it.
Right, okay.
The business plan takes 26 and compares it, Michael, takes the 26 budget from the budget of 25, not the actuals. I truly believe that it has to come from the actuals. Now, I know we can't change it, and I know it has to go forward, but I've asked it a number of times, how can you possibly approve a budget that is based on the prior budget and not actuals? Thank you.
But the actuals are not available while you're doing
Oh,
this.
yes, we are in October, they're available.
No, but when we started the first one, it was 3 months or 4 months into the year, and there is no actual available.
There has to be an actual up to date.
Okay.
You have to be able to update them.
I agree.
Hello.
Jim,
Yeah,
please.
I think this is a great discussion, but probably for the Finance Committee for future.
It's been there 3 times.
Okay. Yes, Steve? Oh, no, we're not yet voting yet.
No, it's a
Oh,
discussion.
Robert's
Let it-
just letting you know where.
Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
Robert, you're too fast.
So my own comment is, the reason why we compare budget over to budget is, and it may not be relevant to compare it to the actuals, is this is the direction that the board is giving for 2026. So, and it
I'm
could be-
sorry?
This is the
This
direction.
board
that
gave
the-
direction to compare it to the last year's budget and not actuals.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just a second.
From a project perspective, this is the board's direction for the programs that they would like to be completed in 2026, which can differ from the actuals that are completed in 2025.
You lost me.
okay, Moon?
Steve, don't go away.
Lord have mercy.
I think I sent you email and we did discuss it. Oh, excuse me. We did discuss it, but I want to make it clear to everybody here. So in this business plan, we are raising EV charge significantly and also golf deal charge.
No,
Right.
no, it's not there. No.
No, let's hear from him.
So we have changes that are included as part of the budget here. So with regards to the EV charge, so we have not brought it before the Finance Committee. We've not brought forward an actual charge. But one of the discussions that we've made in the previous Finance Committees is once the charges to, United would be passed, we would bring it before the third to mirror those approaches.
Okay.
So we use similar dollar amounts and we included them in the 2026 plan, right? So we have increased it. We've anticipated those additional revenues. It'll be entirely up to the board to adopt those fees. And if the board chooses to not increase those fees, we will have to find those additional revenues elsewhere.
Okay. Any comment, Reza, you want to make? No?
No.
Okay, anybody else? No? I do have some comments. Page 21, 22. I've been very picky.
Page 21, 22.
The resolve further, the second from last, a total of 67,189,225 is required to be collected from and paid. To be exact, that to be 226. Am I correct? This is an official document. That's what I'm
Where are you
bringing up.
reading?
He's reading.
Page 21 of
I'm on
22.
page 21 of 22.
Yes, and the yellow page,
Yeah.
it is second from first resolution.
Oh,
Therefore,
from the top.
total of
67 million.
67,189,225. If I add together, it comes out with 226. Last number 5 should have been 226. That's what I'm saying. Maybe round off error.
It's rounding, so clearly there's some
What-
pennies that are included in the various numbers. When you do add them together,
Yes.
they do total $225. So the number that's presented is correct. But if you take the information
Okay.
as it stands and add them, you're correct.
Well,
You'll add
this
the
is
2026.
official document. That's why I brought that up.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Then another question is, if you take out the GRF budget, our total budget is a 875 total budget by account. That is true with the by department. However, if you go to the last page, page 13 of 22, it comes out to be 53,520,000. Where's the $5 million difference coming?
So there's additional dollar amounts that are not included in here. It's all, forgive me, it is all included within the budget. We've ticked and tied out everything. So part of the numbers that need to be added in is the additional, what do we refer to these as? Surcharges is only $584,000. That's not the dollar amount you're
I'm looking for $5 million.
But when we add in the operating expenses of $34 million, we offset it by the revenues of $2 million. In combination of your contributions to the reserves and your restricted funds, it comes up to the appropriate dollar amount of the $48 million that's presented in the resolution.
Yeah.
Correct.
So the numbers are correct? I'm not, okay.
From my understanding, when you look at a department, they're not allocating the quote, revenue over departments. And so you'll see a different number for departments versus added up, consolidated with everything in it.
I thought it should be, to come up, should be the same numbers,
No,
but
no.
okay. As long as it's okay, that's fine. However, anybody else wanted to make a comment on this budget? Yes.
One more comment. Page 9 over 22,
Page 9 of 22.
the miscellaneous is that there is a golf cart fee and the electric vehicle fee. And the electric vehicle fee went up to 5 times, 530%. And the golf cart fee is about 50%, about half of it, okay? So let me ask electric vehicle, okay? Electric vehicle number is going up. More residents buying electric vehicle. So right now, let's say we have about 1,000 or 500 EV, and then year 2026, let's say they have 1,000 EV. And then you are increasing all those to about 5 times. So if volume went up to twice, then you can bring it down little less increase.
So it's again, we'll discuss the details of the electric vehicle charge when it comes to the finance, maybe next month. However, part of the reason why it's going up, to your point, is usage is going up. Excuse me, your volume of your rates are going up, as well as the cost of electricity is going up as well. So it's a combination of more people are applying for the fee, and then we are charging more to offset the costs. So the combination of those two together is driving the change that we've included in the 2026.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, we have today two residents bringing up the point. They have a problem with the electric charge, and we don't have enough juice, and the switch is flipped over. They have problem with it. And so if we increase the fee, are we going to solve those problems?
I don't think so. Okay.
Steve, didn't you say that this was put in because it was the match to United, and that if we want to change it later on, we can? And so that is a discussion for the Finance Committee, which is the entire board, just for our members to know.
Steve, could you answer Boone's
It's
question?
not a question for today.
Sure. So when this was discussed in the past as well, the revenue that is going to be brought before you in terms of an increase, it is purely just to offset the cost increase, right? So the electricity costs have gone up by, I don't remember off the top of my head, but assume they've gone up by 30 to 40%. So we're going to propose the fee to increase to offset that cost increase, right? The usage of the electricity is already occurring. So we understand that the infrastructure that's in place is not as what we would like it to be. So but what we need to do is separate those two components. Your goal is to offset the cost of electricity that you as third is paying for. When the improvements want to be made by the board later on down the line, that will be a completely separate conversation.
Okay, yes.
From resident point of view, okay, I'm paying 5 times more than last year. I'm still having problems. How do they feel?
I think,
That's not relevant to today's
Right,
discussion.
okay. Okay, we can ask that question many times. However, I still have some few questions yet.
One question. Mr.
Yes.
Harvey. I received a email from Mr. Gronschu sitting back there. Can you help us to understand your question? Because I'm looking at that and trying to understand. I would appreciate if you can shed some lights on your question. The question is, revenue is up $400K for residents maintenance fee, but offset is down below in increased outside services. But that line is going down from 25. This is a wash, but where is offsetting expenses? I'm trying to understand which line we're talking about, and because I don't know where that line is. Also, third is passing along the cost of admin fee. Yeah, we'd be passing along the cost plus admin fee to the residents because we have to do that.
Sure, I can address the comment.
Yeah.
So yes, so we've increased the revenue projections for chargeable services, and that has to do with damage restoration.
Okay.
So the outside service, the cost element of those improvements, that is in outside services, and that has gone up as well. The reason why you're seeing a decrease in outside services has to do with landscaping. So they're all going into outside services. You've taken some of your landscaping services that was previously done by an outside service, and in 2026, it is going to be done by in-house staff.
Okay.
Correct. So they offset one another. So ignore the revenue for the moment.
So it's net zero.
Effectively, correct.
Okay.
So it's actually a decreased outside services because the change
That's
in
why I couldn't
landscape.
find, where is the decrease? What's the decrease amount? I couldn't, that's what I was asking.
Sure.
Help
Your
me
outside
with that
services
line.
decreasing by about $400,000 in 2026 when you're comparing plan over plan. And the
So
majority
the
of that
400, yeah, it's, 430 some, 436,000, right?
Okay,
Okay.
you're done? Okay, I have still a question about the page 12 of 22. Page 12 of 22. On the 546035000 account number, outside the service CC, compared to version 3, now this final version has about 158,000 increase. Any project you added to it outside the service or not? I assume it's
Sure.
addition, I
There were
suppose.
two projects that were added.
correct.
that were recently voted on by this board.
Okay.
At the last meeting. One had to do with.
Gutters.
With the placement of the signs
Correct.
in the Garden Villa buildings.
The other one
Okay.
was gutters.
That was one, and the other one was the gutter repairs.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
So
I just wanted to
140,000
make sure.
Yeah.
on one
The
project.
increase is
Thank you.
justifiable.
That's
Yeah,
those
okay.
projects.
Yeah. Anybody else wanted to say something or anything related to this? No?
No, these things were taken up in committee.
Okay. I'd like to make a comment on this budget. I'm very serious about this. We, Third Mutual Board of Directors, are very sensitive to the many different financial circumstances of our residents. For that matters, we are taking budget very seriously, especially when it comes to increase the monthly HOA assessment. As of today, final version of 2026 has arrived and to be approved by our third board. Since I do not see the numbers that I have been looking for the budget, I'm disappointed. Yes, I'd like to make a comment on open meeting. I'm strongly asking VMS and perhaps our current CEOs, Siobhan, to consider following. When preparing 2027 budget requesting, budget for our third mutual board, we are requesting that VMS continue to offer the same services and services level as planned for 2026, but at 5% less cost than what is in the budget of 2026. I hope this will require the VMS to rethink how it goes about the delivering its service and implement efficiencies and productivity improvement to meet this request. In general, I believe that the mutuals are responsible for telling VMS what it needs and wants. Yet, it's up to VMS to determine how to deliver what the mutual ask for. That's my comment. Thank you.
I'd like to respond to that.
Yes.
I wish that you would couch that as your individual comment, not the third board. You presented it as the third board, and you did not clear that with the third board. You did not discuss it with the third board. It's your individual position, which you have a right to.
Okay.
No question about that, but it is not the position of the third board.
Okay. I'll clear that is the sum of our residents' comments and my position as well.
Some of the reasons.
So I'm going to say no on this budget.
Sure.
Thank you. Okay. Let's vote.
Howard is on Zoom, so Howard and Ruth, if you could provide your verbal votes via Zoom and unmute yourselves. Okay, Howard's voting no. Ruth, can you provide your vote?
Approve.
Thank you.
Who's it?
Ruth approved, Howard voted no.
Oh, Ruth is on now? Oh,
Yes.
good. Yeah. So 8 yes, 3 no. 3 no is Howard Fox, myself, and Director Yoon. Thank you.
Yeah, I just need to make a comment. Your statement was in regard to 2027, and we didn't discuss this for 2026. And rejecting 2026 as a no, that means that we didn't properly vetted that. Is that your understanding? That's why voting no? Because I thought that your comment is for 2027, how we're going to proceed,
Right.
not 2026, which we already agreed upon. I just want to make sure that we understand that when we vote no, why we're voting no, because we already discussed 2026 for the period of time, and we didn't have precondition. We put in precondition on 2027, and not approving 2026 is not very, productive in that sense. to
Okay,
me.
I understand. I understand your question. My vote is because I did not completely got the answer from staff. That's my position. Whenever I questioned it, it was brushed off and went on to something else as well. So I felt that I didn't get the complete answer of my questions and so forth. I'm very strong on this.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now, B is passed. 11C, entertain a motion to approve 2026 third reserves funding plan.
So moved.
Who's moved? Okay, Jim moves, and who's second? Okay, Donna second. Any question regarding the reserve plan? No? Okay.
I would like to ask one question.
Sure.
This is the staff's summary. We don't get the reserve plan from the contractor.
So summary is been included. We do have the full, it's hundreds of pages. So we'll go ahead and provide that as part of the Green Book when it's completed.
Thank you. One other question.
Okay, please.
This was supposed to be to us at the end of July, and it is now September. What happened?
So we had some challenges with regards to working back and forth with the reserve study specialist. So those questions did get resolved, but it took a little bit of time. So reconciling between what we included and what we refer to as a component schedule versus what they included in the ultimate reserve plan.
May I ask a question to the board?
Sure.
Because we give out a contract, when I sat on other boards, the contractor would come and present what they had, rather than it to go to the staff and the staff to us. May I suggest that in the future we might do that? Just a suggestion.
Anybody want to comment on that one?
Could we take that up in the finance
Yeah.
committee meeting?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, let's,
It's just a
Put it
comment.
on the agenda?
okay. Let's do that.
Okay, we're in voting process now.
Right. Okay, so let's vote.
Howard and Ruth, same thing, if you could unmute yourselves.
Yes, approve.
Howard, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Ruth as well.
Oh, voting, okay, Howard's voting no, Ruth approved.
Right? Okay. Peggy, no? Okay.
We need Reza,
Reza?
SK, and Moon. There we go.
Okay. Voting, yes is 7, no 4. So resolution is being passed. Okay, 11C is passed. Now, yes,
Mr. Chair, I just have one request. It doesn't affect the voting, but I do notice that in the presentation of the reserve, 30-year reserve, there's an assumption of increase in funding, and I think we should see what that assumption is in terms of per man or per month with that display. And I know
Steve,
it's future driven, but it does give us an idea as residents what that increase in funding is, because there's a fixed number of residents, but the funding dollars go up. And so we should see that perspective, that assumption within the reserve funding plan.
okay.
And I believe they only did it out as far as, 2030?
Okay.
So just to respond to the question, so we have, what would that be, 5 years into the future included on pages 17, 18, and 19. So, but to the point of a 30-year plan, we can include that in the future.
Sure.
So it goes all the way up to 30 years. Thank you.
Okay. The answer is satisfactory to you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? No? Then let's go to no, item 12.
Before you go there,
Okay.
I'd like to ask what this version is.
Oh,
It was
that's
handed out to everybody?
Oh, that was just the one change.
the one change.
The legal change. Look at bullet number 2 or 3, where it
It's-
says it depends on the review of the legal team, and those are the items that's related to the chairlift.
point already.
We already proved that with the change.
Okay, okay.
Get it. Waiting for legal counsel.
Got it.
Oh, Ruth,
Okay, Ruth is here.
I've been on Zoom for a while. I just made a picture.
Okay, are we ready to go on to next business? Steve, are we ready to go?
Yes.
Okay. Item 11BC is approved, and then item 12A, first. Report of Finance Committee and Financial Report. Donna.
Yes. Whoops. Thank you very much. We finished with next year, so let's go back to this year. And this is the Treasurer's Report as of July 31st. So remember, we're missing the month of August here in our report. It wasn't available. And as you can see, we are, and by the way, this is the 30,000-foot view. These are all of our budgets. This is the reserve. Everything is included here. We have operating as well as the non-operating. And you can see that we are positive, favorable, and $3.138 million, and slightly better than anticipated than budget. So let's move on to the next one. This one is the most important one in many ways because it tells us where we're doing so much better than budget and where we may not be. And you can see that in outside services, we are better by $823,000. Much of that has to do with the fact that mowing was moved to inside house. And in addition, the copper pipe replacement program contract was signed later in the year, so that work has not yet begun. So some of that will be decreased as the rest of the year goes on. Insurance is really a very, very wonderful figure, $458,000 favorable, and that's due to tremendous work by members of our board, United working collaboratively with us, and our risk management individual, Dan Yost. And altogether, they managed to come up with a savings, a positive of about $458,000. So special thanks to everybody and the collaboration with United. In terms of our investment income, that is favorable, and it has to do with two things. One is the interest rate that has maintained and been better all through the year, but also that we are reinvesting cash into short-term bills. We're not sitting with cash anymore. That money's going into bills. Sometimes they are 2 weeks, 3 weeks, so that we're not having the cash sitting idle. So that is part of that as well. The Fed is meeting now, and we will most likely not have quite the return that we've had till now, but it's been enjoyable while it's been there. As we move on down to fees and charges to residents, it's favorable due to, interestingly, to more damage restoration work and plumbing repair services than we had anticipated that were chargeable to residents. Moving on to materials and supplies, that was favorable, $146,000, and that had to do again with dry rot work beginning much later than anticipated. And the exterior paint program work is in the initial phases, with 1 of 7 cul-de-sacs completed and another one in progress. So the cost for that will continue through the rest of the year. For cost allocations, this is a GRF allocation. And as fleet maintenance has run a favorable variance in areas such as labor and fuel costs, they allocate less costs to other departments. So that's something that we received from GRF. And the uncollectible accounts, it's always nice to see that as favorable. And it's got to do with better than expected collection activity throughout the period relating to the assessment and chargeable services delinquencies. And we go to the last one, which is unfavorable. Utilities, telephone, electric, there's no question that our rates are going up, and there's very little we can do about that. But one of the things that's most concerning here is that part of that, and a good part of the unfavorable numbers, relate to water usage, and usage is something we can control. There's been drought. We certainly haven't had any rain, but landscaping, fortunately, has the newer system, which has helped, and some of the water is there, but some of it's residents, and so it's something for us to pay attention to and be aware of. As we move on to the next slide, this pie chart is our non-assessment revenues, just put into a pie so that you can see where those revenues come from. And our investment income continues to be our best area. 40% of our non-assessment revenue comes from that. Our chargeable services was next, and then as you can see, the other things such as lease processing fees, laundry, et cetera, on a much smaller scale. But that is our non-assessment revenue. So we move on to the next slide. Here are our expenses, and again, this is total expenses, and our biggest one, not surprisingly, employee compensation and related expenses at 35%. Outside services, 22% of our expenses, insurance, utilities, and then everything else is at a much lesser amount, but it's kind of a nice portrayal of where our expenses come from. If we move on to the next slide. This is focusing just on the operating income, and that's the most important. Our operating budget is most important because these are the expenses and income that we anticipate. And our assessment revenue, $18.5 million. Non-assessment revenue, $1.3 million. And you can see that we have an operating surplus at this point in the year of $1.1 million. And so we'll move on to the next slide. Number 6, these are non-operating funds. These are the ones that are our replacement funds. That's what we always talk about as our reserve fund. The next one, Garden Villa, a very small fund, but it covers some of the expenses in the Garden Villa manors and buildings. The disaster fund and the unappropriated expenditures, that's really otherwise known as the contingency fund. And you can see that in all cases, we're doing quite well. The only one is the Garden Villa fund that is slightly less than it was at the beginning of the year. The disaster fund, we took a little bit out for some expenses, but still doing very, very well. So let's move on to the next slide. This is really a bar representation of 5 years of how these funds have gone. And you can see that the bottom, the replacement funds, which is our reserve fund, has been growing yearly with the exception of last year, and we intentionally lowered that to take care of some very large expenses, and it's going right back up again, and that's what we'd like to see. The disaster fund also doing just fine. It's a little smaller, if you'll notice now, than it has been through the previous years, but we now have earthquake insurance, which we didn't have before, and so that's part of the reason for that. And let's move on to the very last slide, which is our resale history. And we are running about the same as last year. There's one unit, one manor sale difference. And our average resale price remains in the low 600,000s. I just caution everybody to keep in mind that that average includes some outliers. In the first 6 months of this year, we had more than 14 manors in Third Mutual that sold for over $1 million. Wow. With a couple of them at $2 million. So when that happens, just know that that skews things a little bit, but but rates are still doing fine. And with that, that concludes my report.
Okay, item 8 is done. What about report of architectural control and the standard committee? Director Yun?
Yeah, we met August 11, and we discussed many things, including the fee schedule, which we approved today. And then a couple other variants we approved, we denied. And then we're going to meet, next meeting is already, we done the September 8th, so we're going to meet another one in October.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item C, report of Maintenance and Construction Committee, Director Koremi.
Thank you. Our meeting was on September 8th, and we had a number of items on the agenda for that meeting. One of them was the discussing the epoxy lining presentation that was done by Mr. Barnett. And after a very lively discussion for the epoxy lining of the waistline and the copper piping, also. Both of them, the committee made the motion to support the proposed $1 million allocation for 2026 budget for the copper pipe epoxy lining, and the motion passed by vote of 4-1-0. And also for the copper piping, also the lining of copper piping was approved and going to be sent to the board for the final approval. We also discussed the Garden Villa Association seepage report, and at the request of Garden Villa, we're going to move this item from the next meeting of October 6th to January, I think January 5th meeting. That's at the request of Garden Villa. That gives staff enough time to do all the cost studies and see how much cost is for removal or not removal or maintenance and all of that, so we can make a better decision with the better data. We also discussed roofing material, color options, and we also discussed incentive upgrades for pipe and installed deactivated water shutoff valves. Those are still at the discussion point. We also talked about the staff looking at the alternative ways for upgrading the carports for the EV charging and see what are options available to us. The staff is working on that and trying to bring that up to the next meeting and give us some presentation, and hopefully maybe some vendor out there that provide those services going to give us some information what we can do with that. Also for the incentive for the upgrade pipe and installation of the shutoff valve, there was a motion made to give incentive of $10,000 for people that doing complete remodeling to upgrade their pipes and all of that. That motion didn't pass, but we're going to take that to the finance committee to see what they think about it. But we're going to put it on discussion point next time also. Those are, that's my report. And next meeting is on October 6th at 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom.
Thank you, Director Karimi. Item D, Landscape Committee. Director
Okay,
Parson?
some highlights from the Landscape Committee. Nursery software update, it's called Rosebud Software. Really significant, is helping out in our landscape area. Supervisors and foremen carry computer pads in which the following information is stored, transmitted, and received from the nursery. Number 1, plants ordered can now be placed directly from the field. Number 2, orders are received immediately at the nursery from the field units. Number 3, this eliminates the need for paper forms and really speeds up the process. Number 4, provides accurate real-time visibility of stock levels in the nursery. Number 5, identifies when items need to be propagated to maintain supply. You may not realize it, but we do have a person that propagates and keeps inventory coming online from our nursery. Foremen use an ordering link instead of paper, and plants are tracked by unit and location. Now, the nursery has completed a full inventory review, inventory updated and organized by size and color. So if any of our residents would like to see what's there, you can go on this website, lagunawoodsvillage.com/document/nursery-inventory. Let me read that once again. lagunawoodsvillage.com/document/nursery-inventory. So you can go online and see what's in the nursery. Foremen carry a physical copy of this inventory to ID plants, shrubs, and so forth. An initiative that's taken place, and it deals with resident services ticketing has been streamlined. Number one, tickets will not be open if landscape work is already scheduled within 30 days. Now, I asked a question to that, how does the field units know if the tickets have been deleted? They have their own system of tracking. Number two, tickets in the queue will be closed if the team is scheduled within 2 weeks, with residents notified directly by email and given a coordinator contact for follow-up. So that's very important to remember. Number three, this process has led to an overall improvement in efficiency, reduced duplicate requests, and clearer communication with members. That completes my report.
Okay, next meeting will be November 10th, Landscape Committee meeting.
1:30 here in the boardroom.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Item E, Water Conservation Committee, we did have some issues with it, right? Okay.
We're fine. That meeting had been postponed to August due to a conflict in July.
Okay.
And as a result, because of conflicting other meetings for board members, we did not have quorum. However, instead, we chose to use the time to have a very lively discussion with El Toro Water District, our landscape department, and representative of Third Board. And I'm very excited to announce that at our very next board meeting, as a result of the discussion we had that day, our guest speaker will be Dennis Cafferty, General Manager of El Toro Water District, who will be speaking on the future of water.
Good, thank you, Donna.
That's not the whole report. We were busy. The group also decided, and we will take this to the board, for board discussion, but the group also felt that it would be fun and enjoyable and also a learning opportunity to have a panel on TV6 regarding our urban forest. Mm-hmm. We have an urban forest plan, and of course, trees and water and all of it is very related. And that discussion would most likely include, per our landscape departments, that we might be able to have the folks who actually did our urban forest plan participate in that. So that's something to be worked on in the future, and we hope not the too distant future. And last, we have some compliments of El Toro Water District. We have some tablets that our residents can use to detect leaks in their toilets. And it's really important. A toilet leak usually will use per day 30 to 200 gallons of water. It just keeps running. So how do you do that, and how do you use these magic tablets? The tablet goes in the tank. You lift the cover, put the tablet in the tank water turns blue, and then you wait. Don't flush it. You just wait. And if the water in the bowl turns blue, it means you've got a leak. And it can be actually as much, believe it or not, as 3,000 gallons a day when it's just running straight through.
Okay.
So to help us, and what's important is we get these anytime we need them. El Toro Water District is happy to supply them. And soon they will be available to our residents in the lobby for them to take home and test their water. So look for them in the lobby the next time you're here. And that concludes my report. The next meeting of the Water Committee, Conservation Committee, will be October 30th in the L room right here on the main floor so that our residents can easily access it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Donna. Next item is Resident Policy and Compliance Committee, Director Muchnick.
Okay, thank you. The committee last met August 18th. And at that time, the committee reviewed and considered a financial qualifications policy, assets requirements. Specifically, the discussion involved a look back of 6 months of the assets when a person is purchasing a manor. Right now, there is no look back of any kind. They can have the assets, and as they demonstrate the assets, and the day after they demonstrate, the assets can disappear and go back to wherever they came from. The idea now is to have a 6-month look back, which United already has in place, and we're looking at the United policy and considering it for us. The committee also discussed enacting accessibility policy. Today, we approved the stair lift, but we are now looking at a policy related to the Fair Housing Act and the kinds of constraints or requirements that the Fair Housing Act places upon us as it relates to specifically exterior accommodations, okay, for people with disabilities, okay? So the act is an 18-page act. I've read every word of it, and we have 4 questions that need to be discussed with the attorneys.
Okay?
The next meeting of the committee is September 23rd, 9:30 here in the boardroom.
Okay, thank you, Robert. And Garden Villa Recreation Room Committee, Director Yun?
Yeah, Garden Villa Recreation Committee met the July 16, and all other things going well, and there was discussion about the survey, which was discussed, and then we still have some fund left, so we are doing quite well.
Good.
And thank you.
Okay, now.
Next meeting will be October 29.
Okay, thank you, Director Yun. I'm trying to rush to finish, I guess, I'm sorry. Okay, that is done for 12. And item 13, GRF Committee Highlight. CAC, either Howard or Director Yun.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay, please.
We met August 14, and there are many discussions about the rules and the regulation of CAC, and that has not been completed, so we're going to discuss further. And we will, next meeting will be
October 9th.
October, where is it?
9th.
October 9th. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Director Yun. How about B, Robert, traffic hearing?
Nope. Director Fox.
Director Fox, I'm sorry.
You're muted.
Unmute first? Yeah.
You're still muted.
Volume up?
Yes, the volume's up on our end.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
something on his end.
Howard, turn your volume up.
Speak louder.
Oh, it's not connected, I think. Okay, somehow.
Yeah, let's move on.
No.
We can't hear you.
Can't.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
I feel like a Verizon commercial. Okay, nothing to report.
Okay.
You did all of that for that?
Brig and we give them 3 squares.
Done?
Good work, Howard.
Nice. Next meeting will be tomorrow, September 17th. Okay, we'll be expecting you to report next month again. Okay, thank you.
Don't count on it.
Item C, Disaster Preparedness Task Force, Director Parson.
Yes, previously, the meeting was held on July 29th and has been previously reported. Next meeting, September 3rd, 9:30 in the boardroom.
Okay, thank you. Item D, GRF Maintenance and Construction, Director Parson as well.
Yes, previous meeting was held on August 13th. It's already been reported on. Next meeting, October 8th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. in the boardroom.
Okay. Item E, GRF Finance Committee, Director
Donna.
Donna.
The rest is too hard. The committee met on August 20th and discussed some of there are some regular fee reviews that are going on now every 3 years, rather than just waiting years and years and years and suddenly having a huge climb. So those fees were reviewed. There was also some discussion on the fee that people pay when they move in that goes into the GRF fund, and that may have to be looked at again. It was a very lengthy, fatiguing discussion, and there's a question as to whether or not it should be looked at more closely. So we will report in the future. There is no meeting this month, but the next meeting will be October the 15th at 1:30 right here in the boardroom.
Okay, thank you, Donna. Item F, GRF Mobility and Vehicles, Director Johnson.
Yes, last meeting was held on August the 6th. and was reported on the board meeting in August. Next meeting is November the 6th at 1:30 p.m.
Okay, good, thank you. Next item, GRF Landscape Committee, Director Parson.
Right, the last meeting was held June 16th. Next meeting is going to be November 12th, 1:30 p.m. in the boardroom.
Okay, thank you. Space Planning Ad Hoc Committee, Director Muchnick.
Okay, last meeting was on June 30th, believe it or not. Committee is still awaiting the report from the consultant regarding whether or not Building E is structurally sound. Supposedly, once we receive the report, there'll be a scheduled meeting of the Planning Committee to look at the report and discuss where we go.
Okay, thank you. Item I, Information Technology Advisory Committee, Director Jim Hopkins.
Yep, we met on August 29th, and we updated on the accounts payable automation, which, by the way, was implemented based on CEO report on August 2nd. Accounts payable is a very large input to the financial system, and this automation is just light years above what we used to have. It's changed the process to a much more organized and audit-ready process. It will result in some real effectiveness in terms of how we pay our vendors. So it's a gigantic communication system. What is it?
Nothing on account receivable?
Okay.
Nothing on account receivable. I'm more interested in receivables.
Well, that's been automated too. Just by the way, ITAC involved all the processes, most of the major processes within VMS in this village. And so bringing those all together into one gigantic reporting system has allowed the management team at VMS to be able to see, and I like to say push a button and see what's going on in Department A, B, C, D in terms of results. And so it really is an advance way beyond what any other HOA is even possible to do. So it was a great start back in, 3 years ago? And I know people have, pretty much impatient sometimes with, quote, systems. This is not a system. This is a gigantic communication system. So,
Okay.
Doing great.
So the question is to you, the handheld iPad will be issued out to every single technicians?
Oh, I don't, that's...
It will be done by December 31st?
Well, first of all, the goal is to have the implementation of the entire ERP by first quarter, okay? So each element, whether it's the service level and the handheld, that's going to be rolled out based on how they...
It's already...
Yeah, in some cases, they're already out there.
Okay.
In some cases, they're using their cell phones. So, it's out there.
Okay, thank you. Okay, item J, GRF Broadband Ad Hoc Committee, Director Muchnick.
Very simply, last met August 18th, and the CEO, during her update, gave a complete explanation of what's going on.
Okay, good, thank you. I like that. Item K, GRF Security and Community Access Committee, Director Moore.
Thank you. A member asked that the procedure be changed as to welfare checks by a security. They'd like a policy and a procedure to state that the security officer must see a resident face to face when doing welfare checks to verify the resident is in fact well. Other members brought up the coyotes, a number of them. And then there was a number of members who have a traffic safety issue at Via Estrada and Calle Aragon. Other than that, I brought up the discussion of automatic gates.
Okay, thank you. The automatic gate trial, I think we need to discuss about that in the future. Okay, that's it for 13, and then now item 14, future agenda items. We have 1, revision to the alteration fee schedule. Anything else we want to discuss in the future? No? Okay, we're done for 14. 15, director's comment. It's been too long, but let's do Director Jim.
No comment.
No comment? Okay, how about Craig? Very quiet.
No comment.
Oh, thank you. What about?
I thank the board for being receptive to my long comments on fees.
Okay, good, thank you. How about
No comment.
Robert? Oh, no? Reza?
Thank you, Peggy, for no comment.
Okay. Steve?
No
Donna?
comment.
No? Moon? No? What about? Okay, what about? No? Those comments from staff? Okay, I don't have any comment. So, we're done, and I'd like to recess this meeting, and we'll meet at the closed session. What about 12:30? Is that okay? Good, thank you.
Ruth, you looked like you were stargazing when you were looking up.